check. Honorable members, Madam Speaker.
Prayer. Almighty God, who in faith with our prudential goodness have appointed of leaders and parliaments for the society and just government and the just government of humanity, we beseech you to look upon with the abundant favor these your servants, who may be pleased called the performance such important trust in this land. Let your blessings center to your people assembled and granted may as in your presence. Peter and consider all matter that shall come out of the deliberation is so just in the manner as promote your honor and glory and to advance the good of those interests you have committed to your church.
Item 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I want to welcome you to this afternoon sitting. This afternoon, I was actually on social media, much as I don't believe so much on social media because they only want to destroy people. But I was watching and I saw what happened in Kagadi, how a government car ran over a person, people who were demonstrating over the bad roads. And this driver, a driver of an LOC5, could not even afford to respect these people who had a peaceful demonstration. Ran over a person. I don't know if that person is even alive, but it's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. That kind of impunity should not continue in this country. Because an accident is something that we can avoid. It's not like a gun. People are being killed with the guns. Even people are intentionally knocking people dead. That is, and I want to call upon the lawmakers to make sure that these people are brought to book. This should be brought to book. And the MP of Kagadi, we wanted you to give us a report on what is happening on that. It is very bad. I want to convey as Parliament of Uganda, we want to convey our condolence to the family of that innocent soul that was killed brutally and innocently, just because they are demanding for their right. And somebody just comes in and drives over a person. That is terrible. That is somebody's child, somebody's husband, somebody's brother. Maybe that driver also has children like those ones. On Monday, 26 February, a group of casual laborers from KCCA also marched to the gate of Parliament to agitate for the pending 6-month wages. They have not been paid for 6 months. Article 41B of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides for equal payment for equal work without discrimination. I want to urge the leadership of KCCA to ensure that the aggrieved persons or workers are attended to, because people cannot work without being paid. How are their families being looked after? We want those people to be paid, because at least we know money has always been released for wages. Honorable members, as you may be aware, that we are soon embarking on the ministerial statements, ministerial policy statements, as per Section 12 of the Public Finance Management Act, and pursuant to my earlier directive that the ministerial policy statements should be laid on table by 10th of March. So we'll expect to receive the ministerial statements. And on a sad note, I want also to inform the House that one of our colleagues, Honorable Emmanuel Ongerito, the old man, he sits somewhere there, has lost his dear wife. The wife died last night. We want to condone with him and the entire bereaved family and the people of Jonam. Rest in eternal peace. Once more, I want to thank you for coming this afternoon. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm raising on about your communication on the issue of bad driving and impunity and discipline of drivers in this country, Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues. I want colleagues, we need to take some action. There's something we've been talking about, illegal asylums, people who claim right of way when they are not entitled. Right Honourable Speaker, when you, maybe unfortunately for you, you may not face it, but for some of us, Right Honourable Speaker, every minute you get on the road, you are pushed away by people who claim right of way. And they are putting in a sirens, making noise, and violating the rights of other Ugandans. 2 weeks back, I was driving here to work, and the double cabin UG 4229C, which later established is for Ministry of Science and Technology. The guy came and pushed me in the middle of jam, realizing that you can't go anywhere. But he pushed me and the opposite car. He was pushing and directly scratching and knocking us. And science and technology. And I reported this matter to police. And up to now, nothing has been done, even when I gave them the number. Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, I request that we take a serious stance against these illegal sirens. And I have seen
the illegal sirens, and we should be able to define who has a right of way in this country.
Thank you very much.
We need to know who has a right of way.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. The Constitution is actually clear, so we only need to enforce. Maybe, Right Honourable Speaker, what we need is the Minister of Internal Affairs to come here and explain if they have granted extra people or extra offices to have this right of way. It is too much. Thieves have right of way. People who are from doing very wrong things have right of way. Even borders have a sirens, Right Honourable Speaker.
So we'll need the minister to come and give us that list of people, a statement and a list of people that they've given a right to have a right of way. And these illegal sirens, the illegal sirens. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, what I wanted to add is actually that these sirens are a preserve of security. So, Right Honourable Speaker, as the minister comes, we would like to know as members, and I implore all other members, the minister should come to explain to us how do these sirens that are supposed to be used by only entitled people and security, how do they end up in the hands of private citizens? Because when you go to Chiseka market down here, they are sold everywhere.
I hope somebody is sitting in for government. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That is the clarification that I want the minister to come and give us here in Parliament.
Yes. Further clarification here. Honourable members, you'll all speak.
Right Honourable Speaker, the issue some time back, I think mid last year or early last year, the police did issue directives, and they had actually started arresting people that had vehicles with the sirens. And I recall it was everywhere, and people began removing sirens from their cars. The issue is not that people don't know they are not supposed to have sirens. Right Honourable Speaker, the issue is impunity. And as a country, if we don't address the issue of impunity, the guidelines will be issued, because who are these people pushing people off the road? You find somebody saying, Muzei Paka last number plate, and they are moving on the wrong side of the road. I don't know which Muzei they are talking about.
Maybe he's talking about his father.
Yes, maybe he's talking about my father.
It could be about his father.
So he's saying Muzei Paka last is driving on the wrong side of the road. They are being feared by traffic. That is the biggest problem. So, Right Honourable Speaker, in addressing this matter, let us address the issue of impunity. Otherwise, the guidelines will be issued and nothing will happen.
No, you are the same person who has said when there was a guideline issued, it had reduced. The enforcers have relaxed. So we want to reinstate that these people should, the sirens must be removed. Yes. Yes, proceed, dog, Mbwa.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving me an opportunity. Right Honourable Speaker, I've heard you very well in your communication, but before I can go there, I want to raise a pertinent procedural point. Right Honourable Speaker, throughout last week, we've been seeing letters, documents, some of the documents signed by His Excellency President Museveni, instructing some people to give away Ruzira land. Right Honourable Speaker, in the same way,
Honourable Mbwa.
Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Mbwa. And I know that's a very pertinent issue.
Yes.
But can we first finalize on the communication? Then we will give
Much
you.
obliged, Right Honourable.
Yes. Can I hear from Kagadi? Then
Yes, thank you very much.
Kagadi. Kagadi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. First, for condoling with the people of Kagadi. And on behalf of the people of Kagadi, I also condole with the family of the one to Haise who died in an accident when there was a road demonstration. This happened on 26 February, and this person left 4 children and a pregnant wife. It is so sad that there was a demonstration on the state of the road, which is Morondaiga Road, that we have been crying for in this parliament for many years. Right Honorable Speaker and members, I once almost died on the same road in 2020. This has been an outcry, but as a result of the demonstration that took place on 26th, a car rammed over this gentleman and died on spot. It is so sad. I have not got all the details, but the details so far we have are that the driver of the vehicle has been arrested, and the police is doing its best to get all the investigations. Because when you look at the video, it is so alarming. It's as if it was an intended accident. But being that it was a demonstration, we cannot get the full details, Right Honorable Speaker. And I thank you so much. I'll bring up the whole report after. Today is when they are burying that person, but bad incident. I thank you for the opportunity, and I call upon the Ministry of Works and UNRWA in particular, because this road has been on for long. It has been a very pertinent issue in Kagadi, and for us as leaders, we no longer have even anything to say. This is a road that cross-cuts through many sub-counties. It's around 42 kilometers, but has never got any attention. After this incident happened, today, as I talk, UNRWA deployed its equipment on the road. They have started on the road today, this morning. So you can see they come when a crisis has happened. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And even after knowing that the road was that bad, the district that was supposed to make a follow-up on the issues of the road could still just decided to kill people. Angora, Ethel.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I also condone with the people of Kagadi and the family that lost their loved ones. Madam Speaker, it is indeed a pity that when people express their displeasure.
Honorable members, free sitting. I can see the chair stranded. Chair, just sit. You sit near Mero. Sit near Honorable Mero. Honorable, so that I'm able to see you.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. It is indeed a pity when people express their displeasure and it ends up like that. I know there are very many roads that are bad across the country, and indeed many of our people are threatening to demonstrate, but many times we give them hope that something will happen. So indeed it is so bad, and I hope government comes to the rescue of many other communities that tomorrow might also rise up. Now that the road, UNRWA has already taken equipment there. People might take that as a precedent that when you demonstrate, equipment come. So let government take note of that. However, Madam Speaker, on the issue of bad driving and the drivers especially associated with that, you always give us opportunity to go out on assignments that you give us. And I want to believe that while we are there, we also benchmark on the best practices and especially how road users behave out there. Madam Speaker, it is a very, very big crime for a road driver out maybe in the UK, in the US, in the Dubai, and many other places, just to jump a light. When the red light comes, people panic and make sure they stop. And should you cross, we are told that the fines are so heavy that it deters anyone from committing any would-be road challenge that can lead them to such situations. So, Madam Speaker, here in this country, we are grappling with revenue. This would be one source of NTR if police and other authorities enforce collecting revenue from errant drivers in our roads. You can imagine a honorable who was pushed away. My car now here, if you went and looked at my car, it is having scratches all over. Almost every day, someone is either threatening to bang or what? Because of
No,
those
that, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members. I hope, Honorable Angura, honorable members, I hope Honorable Angura is not a bad driver, because by the time they start scratching you, then you're also driving badly. Huh? When you're driving, just imagine that everybody is a reckless driver. So you try your best to be on a safer side.
Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, because of the experience that I've been listening and hearing from those people out, I try to always abide by
Honorable
best practices.
members, you're taking all the time on.
So I thank you very much.
Bill.
I hope we can take this to improve revenue collecting from those errant drivers. Thank you very much.
Ethel.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Not on the roads again. The minister is here. Minister, there is an issue here where you have roads that are not being worked on, and instead people go and do the most peaceful demonstration because of the poor roads. And the one we have on the floor is the one of Kagadi, where the locals had a peaceful demonstration, and from nowhere, the government vehicle just came and ran over one of the persons and killed. The person has left 4 children with a pregnant wife. We don't know how those children are going to grow up, how the wife is going to be, out of our own negligence. Let's first get from the minister.
Right Honorable, this House directed the ministry to come with a status report on the roads in the country. We pleaded to the House to give us a bit of time so that the Right Honorable Prime Minister puts us together with the Minister of Finance. The truth, honorable colleagues, is that at the risk of preempting what will be in the report, when I come here and present the status, I will be doing more like lamentation. Because a lot of work has been done by this parliament to allocate resources for road maintenance. But the tragedy is that money is not coming through to the sector for road maintenance. So that's why we thought, being a family, we first have the Prime Minister to harmonize us. Then I come here and make a presentation that gives hope to the colleagues. But coming to Kagadi in particular, it's very unfortunate that the situation of roads in that part of the country is just like it is in Kigesi, it's just like it is in other parts of the country. I will be capturing everything in the report, but the sad thing is that the driver responsible unfortunately killed an innocent person. And the positive development is that the police has taken it up, and I'm sure the department responsible for police will be informing cabinet, and I mean parliament, on the progress of the investigation and what there has been done. We regret what has happened,
but it is not really something that was intended.
As you come with the report, we would also want to know which kind of category of people does the Minister of Internal Affairs give sirens? 2, which kind of people or leaders have a right of way? Because that's one of the reasons that even cause accidents. So we need to know all that. You talk about the siren. Honorable members, please.
Members, please. We will give you a breakdown of the category that is entitled to right of way, but Right Honorable, certainly you're one of them.
Honorable member, why I'm asking which kind of people are given siren, there was a statement here that even somebody who says number plate written on NITA has a siren.
That's certainly illegal.
And he drives on a wrong way, on the wrong side. One of them almost knocked Honorable Kimosho. The case is even in police.
I think, let me also just specifically come on that so that we can guide also colleagues. Because I see also colleagues have put a lot of attachments to their cars, and so that we can guide the colleagues on this one is what is supposed to be, and then we see what happens. Right Honorable, I'll come with a report here.
Thank you. Honorable member, not on the vehicles, but on the KCC workers. Yes.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, we also join you and the rest of the Parliament to send our condolences to the different families, but more especially that of our colleague, Honorable Ongetho Emmanuel, who is part of us, especially in Park local government, upon the loss of his dear wife. Right Honorable Speaker, we pray that this time, the way we've always acted as a family, let's always start and do the way you've led us, see that we remain as a family, not only in the good times, but in the bad times. Because at times, like the latest time when we saw on our list, the responses were not so good, because it's important always to stand in bad or good as a family. And finally, Right Honorable Speaker, upon the matter of KCCA.
You go direct what you want, that the collections for Emmanuel should go to Ethel. Honorable members, Honorable Chinovere, honorable members, when one of us loses a person, a wife to one of you is a wife to all of us. A husband to one of you is a husband to all of us. When a person, I love the unity we have in Parliament. No other institution has this unity. Let's learn to support our own when there is a problem. Let's support ourselves. We have already sent our support as Parliament. My support as me. Deputy has also sent as him. Please support Honorable Emmanuel. He's an old man.
Right Honorable Speaker, upon the matters of the casual laborers of KCCA, it's also similar to several local governments in the country that are now being failed entirely. Nothing can be done. No worker can do any casual work. And even the local governments in the country can no longer operate because of their funds that are being failed. The way we passed this motion, but also the support they have always been getting as DEG, it's not there. Yesterday when I asked my car what has happened, last time we were even promised here by Minister of Finance that it will release URF to local governments towards Feb. Now we're already in Feb and it's getting over tomorrow. Nothing, it's zero release for this quarter. So Right Honorable Speaker, the state of local governments in this country, including KCCA, is getting more and more frustrated. We pray that as we are handling KCCA laborers. We also look into the matter of the rest of the staff in the local governments and what local governments generally are going through concerning what they're supposed to do as far as the decentralization process is concerned. We have some roles as the central government, but they also have roles as the local government. So somehow you see frustration. And at the end of it all, these are some of the things we yet to see.
Thank you. Honorable members, workers.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
You're all workers.
For the pertinent communication that you have relayed to the House today. Right Honorable Speaker, precisely, you did mention the delayed payment of wages, salaries to the people. But similarly, one of Sam was also hit when they were demonstrating. And he almost lost his ear. We are just trying to see how to fix it in hospitals. So, Right Honorable Speaker, this leaves a lot to be desired. Because you find that most of these people have worked for 15 years, but without a formal contract. They have been deducting their money to NSSF, not remitted. So the situation is deplorable, Right Honorable Speaker. So I would beg that the minister actually appears and gives us a report on this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Itungo, Anifa, Brenda.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as my colleagues talk about impunity and the right of way on the roads, my concern on the communication is the issue of guns. You know, we have lost colleagues and very important people in this country by use of guns. Madam Speaker, when you see the way how these guns are moved, on borders, on bicycles, some even walking, the border is following with the passenger with a gun.
Where is that one coming from?
You mentioned about guns, Mama.
Yesterday, we gave instructions. They should come with a report on the issue of guns.
In your communication, you mentioned about guns.
I am saying we gave instruction on the issue of guns. So a report is supposed to come on guns. There is going to be a debate on the issue of how people are killed with the guns.
Most obliged, Madam.
Yes, yes.
Thank you,
Brenda, Stephen.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. On the issue of the casual workers and their wages, Right Honorable Speaker, we need to establish who is causing this delay in the payment. You realize that it could be the Ministry of Finance that does not release the monies or KCC itself. I was in the Park Central.
Honorable Brenda, there's what they call a recurrent expenditure and a development expenditure. A recurrent expenditure is a mandatory. It is always released. It is always not a priority. How come that for you have not got yours? So let KCCA give us a reason as why these people are not paid.
Right Honorable Speaker, I think the Minister of Kampala should come and make a statement. And this matter be forwarded to the committee because it's not limited to KCCA alone. You find that other administrative units are facing the same problem. So when we get this report, we'll be able to cure and find where the problem, because usually these workers, money is used.
Maybe
it has been the issue in the...
What we can first do is to get a report from finance to confirm whether the payments are being made. Then we hold these institutions accountable for salaries. Stephen, Doctor.
It is me, right?
Doctor. Stephen, then Doctor.
Thank you, Right Honorable, for the opportunity. Right Honorable, I want to thank you for the communication in regard to the employees who are doing their great job and they end up being not paid. it is not proper. Right Honorable, it is not happening in KCC alone. For instance, last week, there is a company under Uganda Investment Authority. They contracted with them to do a great job there. Indeed, the company called Owners Engineers with MBW, they did their work very well, to an extent that even the authority went and verified, and they found exactly the work was neat, but they did not pay them. They have tried all the corners to see how best they can be able to pay their workers, meet all the bills, but they have failed. They have tried even to visit the Ministry of Finance. They don't have any solution for them. Isn't it good for them also to be heard, either from Ministry of Finance, and they see whether their money was given to Uganda Investment Authority, and they adamantly failed to pay them because they are also yearning. They have a lot to do. They have employees. People want their money, but they don't have any solution. Madam Speaker, the issue is too broad, too big. We need really to see it and be able to get the report from Ministry of Finance on how we can be able to help these people. I thank you.
Kunihira?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is absurd that the casual workers in this country can stay 6 months without pay. The laws are very clear. The Employment Act is very clear. A casual worker is supposed to be paid on a daily basis. Right Honorable Speaker, we passed the bill on the Employment Amendment Bill of 2023, and to date, we have not received any response of what is happening, and that bill was trying to streamline on issues of casuals. Most all of the organizations and companies are recruiting members, even qualified people, even teachers as casuals. We need to protect these workers of the country because they don't benefit in terms of saving with NSSF, in terms of everything the worker must get, including leave. So we want to appeal to Parliament, Right Honorable Speaker, that this law is brought back, if it was brought back, or it is, I will give information. So, Right Honorable Speaker, we have serious issues that we need your attention in terms of the Employment Amendment Bill. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for your communication. I would like to just request I make some pertinent issue on the Kagadi incident issues, and that is on third-party insurance. Right Honorable Speaker, one of the biggest challenges we face is that government vehicles are exempted from third-party insurance. And because of that, a third party is supposed to address issues of compensation when there is death, when there is injury and damage to the vehicles. But because of the exemption, that is not addressed.
Leave alone exemption of the third party. Even when we say let's have comprehensive insurance on government property, including the one of Parliament, government says we don't have that money. None of those cars in the parking that belong to Parliament has a comprehensive insurance. The bus which got burnt in one day when it was, I think it was a week, it had operated for only 1 week, did not have comprehensive insurance. Go ahead.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. So the issue that we're raising is that because of that, we are having somebody who has lost their life, has left the family behind, children behind, but there is no way they will get the compensation because the vehicle do not have third-party insurance. That even goes to the ambulances. We've lost so many ambulances in accidents, but we cannot get compensation for them because of lack of third-party insurance and comprehensive insurance. However, even having said that, even with vehicles with third-party insurance, insurance never compensates. A lot of money is collected every year as third-party insurance, but you never get to hear of compensation of property, compensation of lives. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appeal that we need to ensure that this time this is enforced and implemented. For government vehicles, but also for private vehicles, the insurance must pay whenever these accidents. Otherwise, they will continue driving the vehicles recklessly because they know that they will not be held responsible on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mujiche. Then Haji.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, some time back, I was one of those who demonstrated around Kampala because of the potholes. And we have been grappling with potholes in Kampala. So when I went down and found these women seated by the roadside, some of them were crying, waiting just down there opposite the gate. I said, now, in addition to the potholes, if we get garbage heaping in the streets of Kampala, what type of Kampala shall we have? What type of city shall we have? And sometimes you are driving in town, early morning by 4 a.m., you see these women, some of them are knocked. Many accidents have happened in town and these women die. And you ask, who can keep women, money for such women? Of course, if some people can steal money for HIV/AIDS, what about money for garbage? But there's somebody really who needs to be punished. Somebody should be punished so that we know what we are supposed to do when you are in these offices. People are suffering. You are in your AC driving around. You go, you find another AC in the office, but you just go and sit on people's money. So I really got very disappointed, Right Honourable Speaker, and they were driving past them, going into KCCA. I got very disappointed, and I am happy that you have guided.
I've seen the minutes of KCC.
Right Honourable Speaker, I am happy that you have guided, and now that you have seen the minister, let the minister tell us why they are sitting on money for these women.
The minister may not have an answer now, but we will ask the minister to go back and get information to that effect. I don't know whether, do you know about the unpaid wages for 6 months? Are you aware of cases here? You're aware?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Yes, we are aware we have a problem, but it's not 6 months. Even actually coming here, I was meeting people. They are saying since December last year, coming to 4 months, and we are aware of.
Honorable members, wait. Let's first hear from Lob.
So we are requesting.
Lob, before you come, can I have Haji? Lob, then.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm raising on 2 issues. One on the issue of the roads. Right Honourable Speaker, as the minister is coming up with a statement, in the statement it should include a master plan which they have in respect of controlling traffic.
I love the way you've taken over the role of a speaker. Yes, you are now the one giving instructions.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The minister should tell this House about the master plan they have in respect of controlling traffic, especially on the major roads. Right Honourable Speaker, we have visited some countries, especially our neighbor here in Rwanda. Some vehicles are not allowed to move at specific
Honorable
times.
member, I made a ruling on the issue of the roads and I've asked the report to be presented to this floor.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. My second issue, by extension, we should also look at our men in uniform who cannot protest or demonstrate, especially those in foreign mission, especially in Somalia. I have reliable information that they have also taken more than a year without receiving salaries. In that respect, Right Honourable Speaker,
the issue of people working without payment, salaries, of course, I'm going to ask the minister if he does not get his monthly salary. Lob.
Madam Speaker, I want to thank the minister for coming And I also condole with the Honorable Ngerito. We are together in the Committee of Education, plus the people from Masindi. But Kagadi, Madam Speaker, from the minister through you, we need to know whether these people have contracts with them and what type of contract did they sign with them. Because taking 4 months, as I said it here, is quite long. Secondly, when you look at these ladies, they are not giving, the labor laws are very clear on such workers. They must be given gadgets, protect them from being endangered in any form. But they were wearing aprons. We need to know, do they provide those things to them? Secondly, Madam Speaker, there's a very big challenge about accidents. As we talk now in Uganda and Kampala, there are no road signs and they are not painting roads. For example, your members here, crossing from Development House to Parliament is a hurdle. When you go along Entebbe Road, after Shibuye, people cannot cross. What's happening now is that pedestrians are not given respect at all. We used to have spot areas where there are zebra crossings. They are not anywhere in Kampala. And when you ask KCCA, they say that's the work of Ministry of Works. Madam Speaker, yeah, if Madam allows me.
Thank you, Lob, for giving way. Right, Honorable Speaker, I'm just giving information.
You know, Amero intimidates people with the her size.
Not really. I just requested to give information, Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, the acting Lob was talking about zebra crossings. Maybe some of these accidents would not be happening if our roads were even marked, let alone having potholes. At least we can afford to get the paint to have the road marking so that we know where to cross from. Right, Honorable Speaker, we needed to have these markings, demarcation, so that people are respected. They know that this is where the zebra crossing is. This is a lane where I'm supposed to be driving from. Otherwise, some of these accidents are happening because people just guess whether they are on the right lane or on the wrong lane. Madam Speaker, that is the information I wanted to give.
Honorable Minister, you've heard what your woman MP has said. The issue of zebra crossing. And then there is also an issue of the bad driving on some roads where you need to have some humps. We have a very bad spot on our road between Bukedea, Mbala and Bukedea that needs to be worked on.
When you go to along Masaka Road,
there is a procedure matter.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, as we discuss this issue of laborers and workers, and aware that we lost the minister in charge of labor, isn't it procedure right that the Prime Minister tells this House who is designated to handle issues of laborers and what they are doing in regard to these demonstrations, KCCA and the related matters?
Honorable members, now that reshuffle is almost coming, I know some people are lobbying. I like the way some people have started lobbying for positions.
Madam Speaker, as I conclude, I was the Minister for Works should be attentive. Madam Speaker, if you take analysis of our highways, you know are supposed to paint these roads. And most drivers in training, even before you get a driving permit, the first qualification is learning road signs. Here we are. All our roads are not having, they are not having paint. And where there is paint, Madam Speaker, Works and UNRWA has left road drivers who carry sand, who carry clay to just drive anyhow. But the laws are very clear. If you are carrying anything and you pour mud along the road, you must clean that road. But because you have kept quiet, that's what's happening. So as I conclude, Madam Speaker, I pray that the Ministry of Works, please come back to your work, put road signs. In Kampala, we need zebra crossing. Pedestrians must be respected as those driving vehicles. They are of the same level. Only that the others don't have vehicles, you have an advantage of driving. But you must enjoy the rights of the road the way you enjoy your road.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker.
Thank you. What was there was an issue of Mbwa. Honorable members, I have also got some complaint of how some of the members go to radio stations, go to the public and abuse and attack your colleagues. I want to remind you people, you only have immunity when you're in this house. Outside this house, somebody can take you on legally. So if you have any problem, for instance, if I have a problem with Joan, we shall come and finish ourselves from here. Don't go on radio, because radio, you don't have the immunity. It's just a reminder. Yes, Honorable Mbwa.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the matter I'm bringing, a procedural matter, Right Honorable Speaker, is that on 10th July 2022, President Museveni wrote a letter to Honorable General Kahindo Tafire, Minister of Internal Affairs, instructing him to relocate Ruzira Prison and construction of Uganda International Conference Center and the commercial hub. Right Honorable Speaker, on 22nd,
do you have a copy of the letter?
I will table, Right Honorable Speaker.
Do you have a copy of the letter?
Yes, I do have.
Where is the letter?
It is here, Right Honorable
Lay
Speaker.
it on table. Where is it?
I beg, I lay it on table afterwards because I need to.
No.
I have some notes from this one, but I promise I will do.
Give me a copy of the letter.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to table two letters. One entitled Relocation of Ruzira Prisons and Construction of Uganda International Conference Center and Commercial Hub, signed by the President Museveni. I also beg to table the letter, Invitation to Consultative Meeting. The one of President is dated 10th of July 2022, and the one of the General Kahindo Tafire is dated 22nd Feb 2022, inviting stakeholders in regards to the directive from the President. Right Honorable Speaker, the procedural matter I was building and I want to bring to your attention is that all these have been going through the social media, but we've not had any minister coming or prime minister to tell this house if it is true or not. Right Honorable Speaker, as we talk, the minister, Kahindo Tafire, is well known to be a land grabber.
Honorable.
And has been involved in.
Honorable. Honorable members, one, was this letter copied to you? Was the letter copied to you? Two.
Right, Honorable. No, I'm a whistleblower.
Two, do you know the law in regard to leakage of official documents?
Right, Honorable Speaker, this letter is not no longer secret. It is due to public domain that I'm supposed to table this letter to the House.
Honorable members, the issue of Official Secrets Act applies. But if it is true, because I cannot take this as a true statement, we will ask the minister to come and give an explanation to this. But this is an instruction that giving that the land should be shifted, the prison should be shifted. It has no problem. But what has a problem? What has a problem is the process. What is a problem is the process. Is the right process going to be followed is the issue.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the justification I'm bringing where there is a problem is that the minister who is inviting people for a consultative meeting is well known to be a land grabber in this country.
Honorable
Member,
Honorable member, can you raise that issue? Honorable member, can you raise that issue when General Tafire is in the House?
Thank you so much. I will allow you, Honorable Macho, but now let me drop
saying the rules, our rules say you cannot speak about a person who is not in the House.
Okay.
Can you raise the issue when the honorable member is in the House?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I withdraw, but I can bring other points. Right, Honorable Speaker.
So you have your documents, then you will bring the issue when Honorable Otafire is in the House. The leader of government business, please invite Honorable Otafire to be in the House for him to get that information.
But right, this is an absent member who is always absent. I don't know when I will find him and how I wish I would be heard, right, Honorable Speaker.
Mbwa, I have said leader of government business.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, listen.
Really would like to thank you for your wise guidance. And of course, you have referred the rules quite correctly. Definitely I'll do my part to invite General Tafire to come here to the House. And then Honorable Mbua can then raise these issues when he's around. And then General Tafire can have something to say. Much obliged. I'll invite him.
Thank you. Honorable members, in the Distinguished Strangers Gallery this afternoon, we have Honorable Alepoel Simon Peter, the former Member of Parliament of Moroto. Welcome, welcome. You're most welcome. He's here to follow the proceedings of KDA. In the public gallery this afternoon, we have a delegation of Karamoja students, leaders from higher institutions of learning. You're most welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Join me in welcoming my uncles and aunts.
I want to thank you, and I want to thank the minister. Madam Speaker, the issue of Luzila is very pertinent.
Honorable, I have ruled.
I'm just seeking for your guidance on the time frame when the minister should come and report, because the issue is rotating around land.
He knows that the House sits Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He knows it.
But he's not here, Madam Speaker.
He will come.
And it's
He
a
will
very
come.
serious issue.
He will come. Next item. You, honorable members, the way I hate when we are proceeding and all of you are standing up, procedure. Why don't we move with what is on the order paper? Okay, after the next item, let's first have the next item. Next item.
Item 3, bills first reading. The Uganda National Kiswahili Council Bill 2023.
Honorable members, pursuant to Rule 1281 of the Rules of Procedure, we have a bill for the first reading, and the bill is vital enabler for East African community process. And I know all of you would want to learn Swahili. And can we now call the minister to come and lay the bill? Helen, do it from there. You can do it, Usha, they will bring. Honorable Minister of Gender.
Right, Honorable Speaker, this Muchuga here is disturbing me. Is he doing? You'll come for it.
Don't go.
He's doing a lot of sign language, but that's just for the House. Right, Honorable Speaker, in accordance with the Rule 128 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament of Uganda, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Uganda National Kiswahili Council Bill 2023 be read for the first time. I beg to lay.
You give that Muchiga to bring it to Foley.
Right, Honorable Speaker, it's also attached to the certificate of financial implication. I want to beg to lay on table, and I beg my good friend, Honorable Kabarika, please lay the documents on my behalf.
It's not Chris.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, in furtherance to Rule 1291 of the Rules of Procedure, the bill is referred to the Sectional Committee of Gender, Labor and Social Development. The 45 days as prescribed stands. Please lay. Lay.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I hereby lay the mentioned documents. I beg for it. Thank you.
Kuria, thank you so much for doing the Kuria business. Honorable members, statement from the Minister on strategies of government to stabilize the maize prices in the country. And you have the report? Okay, you have something to say?
Right Honorable Speaker, the statement that required us to brief the House on strategies the government is employing to stabilize maize prices was received rather late, and we request for more time, preferably next week, we'll be able to brief the statement. Thank you.
There's an order.
Madam Speaker, there are things we can handle very fast here. Yesterday, Honorable Hati was here, and he gave an assurance to report here. Now, they have changed the faces. The minister has come, Honorable Hati is not around. We cannot proceed like that, Madam Speaker. Secondly, I'm not ruling. Is the Honourable Minister in order, really, on such a simple matter, maize prices, to fail to come and report to this house when people are growing maize? And I said it yesterday here, Madam Speaker, that maize brand is more expensive than a kilo of maize. Is it in order? Just running away from their responsibility. It's not fair, Madam Speaker. Is it in order?
Honorable members, giving them to Tuesday will not cost us anything. Jonah?
Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank you so much for your patience always with us, the members, when we raise issues. You pay attention until the end and you give guidance. And I'm here to request your guidance on Rule 43, Sub-Rule 2. Questions may be asked of the Commission relating to the administration of Parliament or other Commission matters. Madam Speaker, I'm requesting your guidance because I have issues that I want to raise to the Commission as the Commission, fully constituted, relating to the administration of Parliament and matters. And I'm also aware that many of our colleagues here would like to raise. I've tried to contact some of the commissioners and raise the issues, and they dismissed me and said they don't report. To me, I can put on record, and I want your guidance, Madam Speaker, whether I can now raise them now, or you will give me some good time to be able to raise these matters so that the Commission can answer not only to us, Parliament, but also to members of the public. I thank you.
You can write your issues to the chairperson of the commission, and then your issues will be responded to. Thank you. Next item.
Bills second reading. The National Information Technology Authority Amendment Bill 2024.
Yes, Honorable. Order on who?
Order in the House. Sometimes we take this Parliament too far. The minister who has just run away, Minister of State for Kampala,
Just gone away.
he was not only talking on one phone, but two. His neighbor, whose son was accused of taking over a hill in Karamoja, is on WhatsApp since he entered here. Madam Speaker, I think you have been lenient, and I think this habit is growing. You see, the reason the rules don't allow people to be on the phone, the expectation is that you will treat Parliament with respect. So the order I'm raising, Madam Speaker, is whether ministers are now allowed the same way they harass us on the road, now to speak on their phone as Parliament is going on. Others are on WhatsApp. One was on two phones, he has just run away. So have the rules, Madam Speaker, been revised to accommodate ministers who are misbehaving?
Honorable members, as I've said, let's maintain decorum. Decorum is very important. It's not good for you to start picking a phone here. A two-tycoon phone. You're here and there, and all of us have phones, but we don't do that. But it's just out of respect. Can we go to the next item?
Bill second reading. The National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable Minister of Information, can you move a motion in relation to your bill?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill titled the National Information Technology Authority Uganda Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the second time. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Is the bill seconded? Is the bill seconded? Honorable members, the bill is seconded by Charity, by Rose, by local government, Esther, public service, water, Attorney General, Karamoja, by Honorable Gume, by Honorable Casbert, Tom, the bill by Helen, the bill is seconded. Would you love to speak to your bill? Honorable members, I want to guide you, honorable members. Listen, let's hear about the bill. If you don't support this bill, I am going to put a question. And the question I will put will be whether we can allow this bill to go for the second reading. Listen, honorable members, the bill, let's listen to the chairperson of the bill. That is our colleague. We hear what he has to say about the bill. When we listen to him, he will either recommend to us to adopt the bill and have the bill go for the second reading or not. After that, we shall put a question. If you don't agree with us going to the second reading, you say nay. Honorable Minister, can you speak to your bill?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, Cabinet on the 22nd of February 2021, under Cabinet Minute Extract 43, CT 2021, approved Right Honorable Speaker, Cabinet on 22nd of February 2021, under Minute Extract 43 CT 2021, approved the recommendations of the rationalization of government agencies, commissions, authorities, and public expenditures. The structures to facilitate the implementation of this recommendation on RAPEX were designed and approved by Cabinet. Within the framework, Cabinet approved the mainstreaming of the functions of the National Information Technology Authority, NITA-U, into the Ministry of Information, communication technology, and national guidance. Right Honorable Speaker, the policy behind the bill is to give effect to the government policy on rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure, which was approved by Cabinet on 22nd February 2021. The intention of the bill is to enable the dissolution of the National Information Technology Authority Uganda and mainstreaming its functions into the ministry responsible for information, communication technology, and national guidance. And two, substitute the short title of the Principal Act for the following: the National Information Technology Act 2009. And thirdly, to transfer the administration of the act to the ministry responsible for information, communication technology, and national guidance. Right Honorable Speaker, the general principle is that the staff of the National Information Technology Authority Uganda who are affected.
Honorable members, let the minister finish giving us the problem. You don't want to listen. Can you summarize?
Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Public Service shall provide details on how many staff are affected and how much is required to pay off the affected staff. The Minister of Public Service will also provide details on the source of funding to pay off the staff affected. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you. Can I now call honorable members? Macho, I will send you to National Theatre. Can I now have the minister, the chairperson of the committee, chairperson of the committee, vice chairperson of the committee?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members.
Try to summarize for us.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to present a report of the Committee on Information Communication Technology and National Guidance on the National Information Technology Authority Uganda Amendment Bill 2024. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, on the 22nd of February 2021, under minute number 43, CT 21, Cabinet adopted the principle of rationalization where certain government agencies, commissions, and authorities would be merged. Others would be mainstreamed, while others would be done away with altogether as a measure to reduce public expenditure and facilitate effective and efficient service delivery. Right Honorable Speaker, the objective of this is enshrined in the policy for rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure, RAFIX, where government intend to achieve institutional harmony, reduce service duplications and overlaps, reduce administrative costs and service delivery. The spirit behind this is the emerging socioeconomic and technological development, which has called for introduction of a flat structure that enabled MDAs to share common resources as well as have collaborative interaction across board, while also saving government of Uganda shillings 905 billion annually. The government states that some agencies were established without due consideration of specific institutional harmony, functional duplication,
jurisdictional ambiguities, overlaps, and affordability. While others have served their purpose and have ceased to be of relevance, government is further cognizant of the fact that it incurs high cost administering agencies, which has put a strain on the national treasury at the expense of effective service delivery. This, coupled with a skewed salary scale, has created salary disparities between the public and agency staff, leading to demotivation of staff in the public sector. Right Honorable Speaker, government has opted to carry out rationalization as a way of rectifying the above highlighted issues, which is going to be achieved through merger, repealing, and mainstreaming of agencies and entities. Among the entities earmarked for rationalization is National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, NITA-U, which is to be mainstreamed to the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the proposed amendment to the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda Amendment Bill 24, laid before Parliament on 20th February 2024, therefore seek to give effect to the decision that was adopted by Cabinet on rationalization of agencies. Right Honorable Speaker, as you have guided, I wish to move straight to recommendations, but also highlighting a few issues on clauses. We have opted to look at the bill according to the object, clause by clause, and give our recommendation. Right Honorable Speaker, if you may allow. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The Committee on ICT and National Guidance considered the bill for dissolution of National Information Technology Authority, NITA-U, and mainstreaming the function of the authority to the Ministry of ICT. The committee noted that the bill has an object clause 1, which provides the rationalization of either mainstreaming or merging an entity, as shall be discussed below. The committee had critical analysis of the object clause and examined the viability of mainstreaming NITA-U vis-a-vis other objects. The committee further examined how NITA-U affects the national treasury, national mandate, how it performs, and its importance in the role of achieving government development goals, and whether this role is being performed by any other entity. The committee also evaluated the ministry's effectiveness while it performed the function that NITA-U is currently performing, and the consequences that arise from proposed dissolution of NITA-U and mainstreaming its function to the Ministry of ICT. The committee also critically examined the would-be consequences if NITA-U is dissolved and how they would be addressed, including staff and the board members, contracts, and litigation, among other members. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in clause 1, the bill provides the object of the bill states that the objective of the bill is to give effect to rationalization of the government agency and public expenditure. The object is further detailed in subclause 2 and states that the object is meant to do the following. 1, dissolve NITA-U to relieve government of the financial drain on its resources and the burden of wasteful administration and expenditure. 2, to facilitate efficient and effective service delivery by clearly delineating the mandates and function of the ministry in respect to functions of the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, thereby avoiding duplication of mandates and function. 3, promote coordinated administrative arrangements, policies, and procedures within the public sector for efficient and successful management, financial, accounting, and budgetary discipline of government agencies and departments. Elimination of bloated government structures and functional ambiguities in the government agencies and departments by restructuring and reorganizing of agencies and departments of government. The committee critically examined the objects above and observed as follows. concerning dissolution of NITA-U to relieve government of the financial drain on its resources and the burden of wasteful administration and expenditure, the ministry did not have specific estimates for revenue and expenditure for rationalization of NITA-U as required by Section 76 of the Public Finance and Management Act. The ministry did not provide details on the breakdown of actual amount that would be needed for the terminal benefits and severance pay to staff and board members, the new salary scale of the new structures of the ministry, and the cost of administering the operations and function following the merger. The committee further observed that certificate of financial implication provided had inadequacy since it lacked estimations of the revenue and expenditure for at least 2 years. This made it hard for the committee to evaluate the alleged drain by NITA-U on the consolidated fund and the saving that would arise from mainstreaming NITA-U. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, NITA-U, on the other hand, demonstrated with the statistics the monies the authority contributes to the consolidated fund through issuance of licenses, permits, and certification and commercialization of the national backbone infrastructure, which has amounted to approximately 200 billion over the last 10 years and projects another 150 billion over the next 5 years. Right Honorable Speaker, NITA-U states that it has saved government of up to 1.248 trillion through centralized hosting of critical application management on the national backbone infrastructure.
Rita, we want quorum. First, wait, we count you. Wait, we count you. We want quorum.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it has also helped reduce duplication of up to about $92 million, estimating the National Data Center and Disaster Recovery Site hosting 287 critical applications in over 100 government institutions and save government up to 49 billion by providing internet bandwidth at a reduced cost from $70 megabyte per second to $30 megabyte per second per month. And it is expected to reduce further from $35 to $20 megabyte per second. All the aforementioned demonstrate that National Information Authority, Uganda, NITA-U.
Honorable members, please, I want all of you, this is a very serious bill. I want the number.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members.
Chair, summarize.
All the aforementioned demonstrate that NITA-U has not caused any financial strain on the consolidated fund as it meets its own cost of operations and further add money into the fund, while at the same time saving government of other costs as is illustrated above. Right Honorable Speaker, I add the second observation on clause 2. I wish I could present this too. In respect to clause 1, 2, B, and D, which addresses the need to facilitate efficient and effective service delivery by clearly delineating the mandates and function of the ministry in respect to the function of the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, thereby avoiding duplication of mandate and functions. The committee observes that there was no duplication of mandate between the ministry and NITA-U. The ministry was tasked with the policy or strategic leadership and supervision of the entire information technology industry, while NITA-U was mandated to coordinate and regulate information technology services in Uganda in the context of social and economic development of Uganda. The ministry stated that with the dissolution of NITA-U, the regulatory function of NITA-U would be transferred to Uganda Communication Commission, which was not in line with the clause 11 of the bill, which states that the function of NITA-U were to be transferred to the ministry. Two, Right Honorable Speaker, we observed there was no corresponding amendment to Uganda Communication Commissions Act 2013 to expand its mandate to cater for the regulation and coordination of information technology services in Uganda in the context of social and economic development of Uganda, which the ministry stated would be handled by UCC. Right Honorable Speaker, the Electronic Signature Act, number 7 of 2011, the Electronic Transaction Act, number 8 of 2011, the Data Protection and Privacy Act of 2019 were not amended, which leaves the identified laws, which now with no implementing or administrative agency if NITA-U is dissolved. Right Honorable Speaker, I therefore wish to go to the general recommendation. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the committee recommends that clause 1 of the bill be rejected for the following reasons. 1, the failure to demonstrate financial drain caused by NITA-U on the consolidated fund. The failure to demonstrate duplication of roles between UCC and Uganda Telecom Company Limited. The lack of oversight over the performance of the function currently performed by NITA-U. If NITA-U is mainstream, as the ministry will be acting as the judge and the jury. Right Honorable Speaker, the fact that there were no amendments to Uganda Communications Act to provide for the takeover of functions and coordination and regulation of information technology services in the context of social and economic development of Uganda, that was being performed by NITA-U. Additionally, not having any amendment to the Electronic Act 2011, Electronic Signature Act, and then the Data Protection and Privacy Act 2019 to cater for the administration in the absence of NITA-U. The failure by the Ministry of ICT to previously perform the same role of NITA-U before establishing NITA-U, Right Honorable Speaker. Then the overall achievement of NITA-U in championing the interests of government efficiently and effectively in digital transformation agenda, and the recommendation, Right Honorable Speaker, of the ad hoc committee of Parliament to inquire into the rationalization and merger of government agency NITA-U be made as a semi-autonomous agency. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, this recommendation was passed and adopted by this honorable House. Right Honorable Speaker, to conclude, the committee would like to reiterate that it is not in full support of rationalization. The committee would like to reiterate that it is in full support of rationalization. However, the committee underscores the important and critical role that ICT plays, not just nationally, but globally. It has also noted that there is no need for government to provide all the necessary information and make all the necessary amendments to the law to enable it attain its rationalization with a reduced exposure to litigation, minimal disruption of services, and unnecessary financial strain. NITA-U is the only IT business and implementing arm of government, and maintaining it as an autonomous entity will enable the consolidation of all government ICT efforts, ensure that critical and high-valued government IT system that NITA-U is currently hosting and maintaining continue to function seamlessly while also eliminating duplication. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee observed that the decision to mainstream NITA-U into Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, therefore, should be stayed to allow the institution to continue championing digitization, fulfillment of government aspiration enshrined in Vision 2040 and the National Development Plan 2 and possibly 4. The Right Honorable Speaker, committee in light of the aforementioned and submission presented therefore, as a summary, the committee recommends that NITA-U is retained as a strategic semi-autonomous agency of government to spearhead the digital transformation program for socio-economic development of Uganda, and the bill for dissolution of NITA-U be rejected by this House as a whole. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I beg to report, and I wish to lay on table the minutes of the committee that we used to process the bill and the report itself. And I would want to recognize, Right Honorable Speaker, and appreciate the members of the committee and my chairperson, who is not able to be here to present himself, the Honorable Magogo, who was able to guide us until we came out with this report, and all the members. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you.
Honorable members, you've heard the report on the committee of ICT. You want to debate? Honorable members, first of all, under the rules, the report is supposed to be there for 3 days. Can somebody suspend the rule? Yes.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that Rule 130 sub Rule 5 of our rules of procedure be suspended for purposes of considering this particular report. I beg to move.
Is that seconded? Is it seconded that we debate pen and we debate? Seconded by Seungu, Elijah, Jonah, Winifred, Quizera, Nathan, Peter, by the whole house. We are going to debate. I now put a question that the suspension of the rule to allow debate on this bill be made. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it. We can now start the debate. Debate is open. Kazo, Pakwach.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Amor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, can I have all of you in? Honorable Katuntu. You are the next one.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. I want to thank the committee for the work well done. First of all, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, according to this report, the rationalization of NITA-U fails flat on 3 grounds that have been used to promote the concept of rationalization. 1, on efficiency. According to the report, it does not meet the test. 2, duplication. The report does not find it real that there is any duplication. 3, even on the requirement of the financial implication that is supposed to move with the bill. Right Honorable Speaker, this matter we need to handle it systematically and slowly. Right Honorable Speaker, in a letter dated 2nd February 2024 to the Executive Director of NITA-U, a company known as Silton was demanding or is demanding 36 million to hand over commercialization and management of national backbone
$36 million.
$36 million for them to hand over the management of the national backbone infrastructure to Uganda Telecom premature termination, which will come as a result of this bill. The taxpayer is required to give out or to get 143 billion in compensation, and yet total budget and the figure provided for in the certificate of financial implication indicated 78 billion. What this explains, Right Honorable Speaker, is that those who are tasked with the task of rationalization and measures have either not done a good and thorough job to know what is required and what it will take for the economy, or they have deliberately misleading the country to lead us to a situation where we cannot sustain the policy reversal that we are undertaking as a country.
Thank you, thank you.
Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, it will really look very awkward. We shall be held accountable as a parliament. Ugandans will not forgive us that at a time where the economy is doing badly, we can be part of the group that can sanction more draining of the economy by passing a policy that does not justify or even prove any benefit to this country. I beg and support that the bill be rejected. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honor, before you come in, I want to hear from Honorable Katuntu on issues of Sultan, because Sultan appeared before us in a committee during those good days of Kosase.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. But before I even go to that, Right Honorable Speaker, I was privileged and honored to be the vice chairperson of the committee which this House set up, headed by Nathan Byanyima. I had the opportunity to listen to the Minister of Public Service. One thing, colleagues, you must notice, the whole process does not have a study. The whole process. And I challenge the Minister of Public Service to lay in a study about this whole process. All committees handling these processes, please ask the relevant ministers to put the study on the table. Institution, agency per agency. Because as Honorable Kimosho says, there are 3 reasons for rationalization. 1, efficiency. Let us look at efficiency first. Are you telling me that the mainstream ministries in government are more efficient than these agencies? We know, Honorable Muruli Mukasa, the mainstream ministries, we know them. These who put their coats on the table, on the desk, and disappear and come back at 5 o'clock. We know them. So I'm waiting to listen to every minister to say this particular agency is inefficient and give the particulars and details. Then he goes ahead to show that this ministry where we want to revert this issue to is more efficient. 2, Right Honorable Speaker, let us look at costs. I have listened. I'll take the information.
The information I wanted to give you, Honorable Abdu Katundu, is that I moved the motion here on vehicles moving Uganda to go for 0 freight. The Honorable Muruli Mukasa asked to go and study the motion. He actually invited me for a meeting in his office. And he said the reason we should go slow is that they didn't know how many vehicles government has. So that's the information I wanted to give you on your level of efficiency.
I think this can only make us laugh because we can't comment about this. The people who are privy to this discussion was the Honorable Muluri Mukasa and the Honorable Semuju. But Right Honorable Speaker, I don't think the mainstream ministries are more efficient than many of these agencies. No. And let us look at the justification of NITA today. I have not heard anywhere that the minister has explained how efficient the ministry where he wants to revert this institution is. Nowhere. Duplication. Let us look at duplication. Right, Honorable Speaker, where is the duplication in all this? We just want details. What is not correct, Honorable colleagues, especially the ministers, is for you just to come and cite a cabinet decision. You know, under minute, this cabinet decided this, and this. So what if cabinet decided? We now must justify that cabinet decision to us. And that's what we've been waiting for. Please justify that cabinet decision to us with the details. And this explains, Right Honorable Speaker. If Honorable Muluri Mukasa wants me to eat the floor, I will. Because I debating
Honorable Muluri, the rules of the House is that when a member is speaking, you sit. But if you have information, then please do.
Thank you very much, Honorable Katuntu. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to inform Honorable Katuntu, my colleague, that he said there was no study to back rationalization. I would like to inform him that there was indeed a study to back rationalization. That's the information I want to give him.
No, colleagues will handle that. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Muluri Mukasa is a very respected elder in this house. And actually a friend of mine. It is not good enough to say there was a study. You would have said this study undertaken by so and so, the report this, and it is laid on the table. That's what we say. And there is no committee. First of all, Right Honorable Speaker, and I don't always like this sort of dialogue, but I was a member of the Byanyima committee. I was Honorable Byanyima's vice. We asked you for that study and we didn't get it. I don't know which member of this house has had a look, including you cabinet members. You stood up and said there was a study. And who did the study? We want the one who did the study and let that study be laid on table. Because it is not confidential. If it is a study, let it be laid on table. Because that is the only one that can give us guidance.
If there is a report on the study, please lay on table on a review of statutory bodies and how much money. First of all, I want to understand, do we get an income? Is there NTR from NITA-U? Do we get income? Because if we are saying that we want institutions that take away money, those that take away money, let them go very fast. But if there are those that bring in the money, then we can keep them. Lay the document. Read the document.
I would like, Right Honorable Speaker, to lay the study, the document that contains the study that was done on the entire process of rationalization.
Go to specifically to NITA-U. Go specifically to NITA-U. Honorable members, can you pay attention? Specifically to NITA-U. Can I have attention? Honorable members, whoever is making a noise, honorable members, honorable members. As you look for NITA-U, can we have the
Can I
person
come?
finish? You sit and look for NITA-U, then when you're ready, you come and read it.
Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to conclude. Because even the document is reading, I happen to know about it. It has no study. Because you say study is supposed to be research undertaken entity by entity.
And you must have the quantitative and qualitative
and it
analysis.
should tell you which professional did undertook that study. It's not there. And if it was there, can any chairperson of a committee tell us whether that study has been available to the committees? It is because it does not exist. Right Honorable Speaker, with a heavy heart, I ask the Honorable Muruli Mukasa to concede that something went wrong. And that does not mean that some other agencies don't need rationalization. Indeed, they do. But this particular one, I don't see any logic, whether common sense, or even legal, or even economic. I therefore stand to support the report of the committee.
Honorable Avuru.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to start by thanking the committee for the work well done. And I want to particularly contribute to the area of national drain on the national treasure. Right Honorable Speaker, in the past years, NITA-U has immensely contributed to an increased mobilization of non-tax revenue in this country. And therefore, in no way is it a drain on the national treasury. And I want to demonstrate this, Right Honorable Speaker. You requested the minister whether NITA-U contributes NTR to the consolidated fund. Yes, it does. And I want to read the figures for the last 3 years, what they have generated and what they project to mobilize in the next 3 years. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in the financial year 2019-2020, NITA-U was able to generate 18,944,797,775 shillings, Uganda shillings, to the consolidated fund. In the following year, 2020-2021, NITA-U generated 21,138,938,697 Uganda shillings to the consolidated fund. 2021-2022, NITA-U, on an increasing trend, generated 25,582,167,744. Financial year 2022-2023, 45,500,028,367 Uganda shillings. Projected, these are now the projections for the years to come. 2023-2024, it is projected that NITA-U, because there's most likely to be an increased need for the services of NITA-U by the MDAs and the local governments, even by the private clients in the area of internet, wind band, and what have you. It's projected that NITA-U will generate 53 billion 448,291 Uganda shillings. 2024-2025, it is projected that NITA-U will generate 64 billion 735,268,230. 2025-2026. That's the last one. Listen to that. It is increasing. 75 billion 614.
Honorable members, listen.
614, 102, 537 Uganda shillings to the consolidated fund. So, in a nutshell, NITA-U contributes to the revenue that is so much needed by this country.
Now, honorable members,
in terms of NTR. And besides, Right Honorable Speaker, this Parliament of Uganda has passed 2 loans to the Minister of ICT. And one of the loans, when we are processing as a Committee of National Economy, it is a conditional loan. And it is there on record of Parliament.
it is not one, it was both.
It was actually both that it must be implemented by NITA-U. Short of that, the lender will withdraw. That is a contractual obligation between government of Uganda and the lender. Now, at this time, the same Parliament goes around to say, let's rationalize NITA-U. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to stand here that I do not oppose rationalization of some entities, but for NITA-U, I think we need to stay it. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, I've had a chance to look at the report, at the document. I can't say it's a report. It is a Minister of Public Service Uganda, review and rationalization of government agencies and public service, and it is by Minister of Public Service, plot 12, Nakasero Hill Road. That is the one. And when you look at ICT, B, merger, in line with the digital convergence, the regulatory function for voice, data, and broadcasting should be put into a single regulatory body by merging NITA-U and UCC into a single communication service regulator. It does not say mainstreaming. Honorable members, the minister wants to respond to you.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members.
First of all, Honorable Minister, as you respond to what the members are raising, the chair of the committee raised a number of issues which you need to give a feedback. And what the committee is saying, that there is a failure to demonstrate the financial drain caused by NITA-U on a consolidated fund, which has just been explained. 2, failure to demonstrate the duplication of roles between Ministry, UCC, UTCL with NITA-U. 3, the lack of oversight over the performance of the functions currently performed by NITA-U if NITA-U is mainstreamed with the ministry, and that will be acting like a judge and a jury. 3, the fact that there is no amendment to the Uganda Communication Act 2013 to provide for a takeover of the functions of coordination and regulation of information technology services in context of the social and economic development of Uganda that was performed by NITA-U. Additionally, not having an amendment in the Electronic Transaction Act 2011, the Electronic Signature Act 2011, and then the Data Protection and Privacy Act, which would accommodate what NITA-U does. There is no amendment to that effect. And then the failure of the ministry to previously perform what NITA-U used to perform before the formation of NITA-U. And the overall achievements of NITA-U in championing of internet in government agencies, which has led to efficiency and effectiveness in the digital transformation. So you can give us a response to all to convince the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members. First, I would like to thank the committee for producing this report. And indeed, the issues which have been mentioned by the committee and amplified by you, Right Honorable Speaker, point to one thing. And that one thing is that, yes, we need more time, really. We need more time to gather all that evidence that is required so that the committee can have
there's a procedure matter.
Right Honorable Speaker, I am raising on the point of procedure. Right Honorable Speaker and members, the basis of rationalization was the assumed study, which study has been found to be defective. Secondly, a study to rationalize would have attracted the attention of the Auditor General to look at the assets and the liabilities of each of them. And the role of the National Planning Authority would not have been avoided. In view of the fact that we have found out that the study was not done qualitatively and qualitatively, wouldn't it be pleasing this House to send away this assumed study back to government for them to conduct a thorough study and they come to amend whatever they want to amend? Otherwise, the basis of rationalization is based on a wrong study.
No.
I thank you.
No. We should reject the
Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members. I don't want you to bundle all these ministries of rationalization. Just yesterday, you passed a bill and went through. These bills are different. They perform different activities. We cannot reject everything. You will not reject everything. And we are not going to send back, honorable members, we are not going to send back anyone. We are not going to send back the bills when they bring them. We resolve it in the House. Let's resolve it in the House. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I was going ahead, Right Honorable Speaker, before the point of procedure, when the point of procedure was raised. And I think, Right Honorable Speaker, that I could go ahead and explain my point. In view of all that has been said.
But you're explaining all those points. Don't we have a Minister of ICT? Why are you bothering yourself? You are not the sponsor.
I'm not the sponsor, that's true, but we are agreement.
You're lead of government business.
For now, you know,
Okay.
delegated as lead of government, of government chief whip. what I was and what we have agreed with the Minister of ICT is to beg the indulgence of the House and the Right Honorable Speaker that we go back and really provide some of this information which is required, and we interact with the committee, and then we come back to prove to you that really what is being asked for is there. I'm begging the indulgence of the Speaker and the House that we go back.
Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, all of you sit down. All of you sit down. And if I hear anybody talking, Solomon, you're there, a commissioner, and you're busy talking. Huh? Honorable members, the bill is before us for the second reading. The minister is saying the debate is over. Is the debate over?
Madam Speaker, I beg to move a motion that debate and
Is it seconded? Is the motion seconded?
Seconded, Right Honorable Speaker.
Is the motion seconded?
Is seconded.
Move the motion well.
Madam Speaker, having had the submissions and the debate from members on the motion in respect of the report of the Committee on ICT, I beg to move under Rule 81 that the debate closes and the question as to whether the bill should be read for the second time be put.
Is it seconded? Mbwa, Mariam, Kazo, Avoro, Kinkizi, Kagadi, Isavire, Abe, even this side. From the Hollow House, apart from the ministers.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker. This is a bill brought in by government. You have asked for seconders of the motion such that we move.
Let me first
to
put a
second
question.
reading. Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment.
Let me first put a question.
Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment. Madam Speaker.
Let me first put a question. I am putting a question that those in favor of us going for the second reading of the bill, those in favor say on the contrary, nay. We are going for the second reading. Huh? The question is on Nwagaba's motion, whether we should go or not for the second reading.
Let me be
Madam
very
Speaker,
clear.
I'm opposing the motion and I should be allowed to speak.
Honorable members, the question is on
my motion,
on
that
his
debate
motion.
Closes. So if the members support that the debate closes, answer yes. Once you have answered yes, then we go to the next question. The next question will be whether the bill should be read for the second time.
Order, Madam
Order.
Speaker, can we speak?
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Speak on the motion.
Honorable members. The members have allowed that we close the debate and we go for the second reading. Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members, I am going to put a question and listen. I am going to put a question as to whether we should go for second reading of the bill. If you are in agreement, that we should go ahead with the bill, I am saying, if you are in agreement, honorable members, if you are in agreement that we go ahead with the second reading, then after we go close by close, you say what? You say aye. But if you are not in agreement, for us to go for the second reading, members, are you getting me? If you are not in agreement for us to go for the second reading, and if we don't go for the second reading, honorable members, if you are not in agreement with the continuing with the second reading, you say nay. Are we together? You say nay. And listen, and in the second reading, when you say nay, it collapses the bill. You retain NITA-U as it is.
We are ready.
Let's start the question.
Honorable members, please sit. Honorable members, please sit. Who has not understood? Honorable members, the quorum, we have 224 members as opposed to 176. I don't want somebody to go and say there was no quorum. We have the quorum. I now put a question that NITA-U Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the second time. Those in favor say aye, and in contrary, nay. Honorable members, if you're going to continue confusing me, I will ask you to put up hands. Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, the nays have it. The House adjourned to 2 tomorrow.
Okay.